Friends, today I want to talk about a famous Vedic character called Mithra, who is common to the Indians as well as the Iranians. The Indian claim is that he was one of the Adityas born of Kashyap and Aditi. But these explanations are unreliable because they cannot stand any journalistic queries. It looks like the Indians were already mixed up about Mithra when they compiled their Vedas 2 millennia after the Vedic events actually happened. By this time, they addressed Mithra as Mithra Varuna, latching himself with another character called Varuna. Now, one thing that I know is that Varuna was Noah's son Ham, who became the Zoroaster in ancient Bactria as he fled from Dionysus. In fact, Dionysus came marching to India to capture Ham, who had killed his father, King Haman of Libya. Now, Mithra is also in the Iranian religion, but before I go further, I would like to explain how Ham, who fled to Bactria, became the prophet Zoroaster. Ham came across a group of people who were worshipping Ashur, and Ham, being the father of magic because of his personal connection with Lucifer the devil, he enslaved those people with necromancy, which is invoking the dead spirits and getting things done through them. Historian Barossus shares this data with us. Ham planted himself firmly into that community as their prophet. Apparently, Ashur, the master worship, has become Ahura Mazda worship. Please look at these imageries of Ahura Mazda and Ashur. There is no big difference. Now, who was Ashur? He was one of the sons of Shem. However, he was a close friend of King Nimrod, who was against Shem's god Yahweh. Bible states that he built the city of Nineveh for Nimrod. The people that Ham came across in Bactria were Assyrians, and they were the descendants of Ashur. Now, why were the Assyrians in Bactria? It's because just prior to that time, Nimrod had been murdered by the water nymph Inanna, and she started ruling Assyria as Queen Semiramis. Maybe they fled persecution because they were pro-Nimrod people. Now let's come back to the Mithra story. We saw that in India they were latching Mithra with Varuna. However, in Bactria, the true Varuna, who was a Zoroaster, did not like Mithra, and he toned him down. They say that he reformed the old religion by doing so. But the truth is that Zoroaster was the grandpa of Nimrod. He knew that Tammuz, the so-called son of Nimrod, was born of the water nymph Semiramis, sleeping with some young soldiers, then killing them and burying them before dawn, which was legend all over. That's why he didn't accept him. Mithra was Tammuz, friends. He was the illegitimate child of Queen Semiramis, who she promoted as a son of the deceased king Nimrod. Her claim was that King Nimrod ascended to heaven and became the sun god who impregnated her with his rays, and she gave birth to Tammuz. This Tammuz became the savior of the entire pagan world, and about 3,000 years later, Mithra was very popular among the Roman soldiers. In fact, many Mithra temples have been excavated, even in England. They say that they called him the undefeated sun. Now, look at this depiction. Mithra is performing a sacrifice, but the sun is someone else smiling at him. And on the other side, we see the moon. Well, these two are Nimrod, the sun god, and Semiramis, depicted as moon. So, I think it would be proper to call him the son of the undefeated sun. That is, if Nimrod was a son at all. Thanks for watching.